This is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can. What do you guys want to talk about? I am that damn good.
I am the B-E-S-T.
And the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some man. Acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. Hey, yo. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and this is episode 99. Where have we been? What happened? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened. There was an audio issue with Spreaker from where we record from. It was corrupted. We actually had a fucking good show, and you missed out. You missed out on the Crown Jewel Perth post show. But you know what? Maybe we'll chat about it a little bit here. Let me bring him in. Let me bring in my co-host here.
Uso! Hey, main event Jey Uso is now in your city! It's just me, okay? Day one, it's just me, Day one, it's just me, okay? Day one, it's Jey, a lot of more love and knock 'em down like this. I did. Hey, it's on me now, Hey, I'ma get 'em all. I'ma get 'em all, Yeah! I'ma get 'em.
Welcome back, Oos. How you doing, Dre?
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event Dre Uso's back on your podcast.
Man, you sound tired.
Because I am.
Were you up eating all night?
Nope. Just had to work today. And tired as fuck.
Tired as fuck, but he is here for the podcast, here for the episode, and guess who is back? Doyle.
Oh, it's me. It's the Doyle. And, don't fret about episode 99, take one. I will tell you, our best listener heard it, my cat Quiva, who was always in the room when I do these things. The only problem is she only heard my end of the things. So, but at least somebody heard it.
Yeah,
I can rest assured of that.
We've only had this happen one time, and that was episode 1. So I'd say that's a pretty good run, guys. 99 episodes until it fucking happened again.
Yep.
So let's hope.
Quarterbacks wish they could throw
What
that
can you
many.
say?
What was that?
Yeah, quarterbacks wish they could throw that many passes without an interception.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I try to stay positive because.
Speaking of which, you must be referring to the most accurate quarterback in NFL history through 8 games, Drake May, who of course went for your
Drake.
love the Drake. Yeah, he is I mean, if the season ended today, he would have the highest completion percentage in NFL history.
Well, at least one
You
Drake
can
is
look it up.
winning, and at least one Drake is winning this year.
One. I don't know about football, so I'm just like I saw the longest yard today. Oh, I watched the longest yard.
Which one?
Which one?
The one oh yeah, good one. Good one.
Jinx.
Yeah, right.
Burt Reynolds
the newest
or
one.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah, the Adam Sandler one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, please. Give me Burt.
Yeah, I'll say Adam Sandler's version is okay, but it leans a little too much on the comedy and doesn't quite have the same seriousness that Burt Reynolds one.
Who's in that? There's a bunch of wrestlers in that, isn't there?
Yeah, dude.
What? Adam Sandler's?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Stone Cold's in it, right? Is Goldberg in it, maybe?
Yep, Stone Cold, Goldberg's in it.
Can't remember. Is fucking Great Khali in that?
I was just about to say, I think the Great Khali is in it as well.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Nash. Because I think
I feel like he might be in it. I feel like
Kevin
he might
Nash,
be in it.
because they gave him estrogen pills. I recall that.
Might be in there.
Well, you just watched it. You tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was
Why are you questioning who's in it?
well, cause like here's what happened is I had it on. I saw it was on like live TV, and it was in the middle of the movie. I think it was like the end, the actual game at the end. And I'm trying to like see who's who inside. Like they got the helmets on and shit. And it's been a minute since I've seen it, cause that is an old movie. I mean, right? That is like early.
Yeah, I think it came out like somewhere in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you consider old. Like
Yeah, I mean, the Burt Reynolds one came out in what, the 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, now I gotta look it up. So, the longest year. I don't care how
was
far off the subject
2005.
we're going, because it's still wrestling.
Adam
adjacent.
Sandler
20 years old. Jesus.
Yeah, and Burt Reynolds in that, considering he was in the original one.
When was the original?
74.
That's what I'm trying to look up now. 74, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. That's even older than me.
Yeah, what a good movie. What a good, wholesome movie. You can do it! Yeah. Everybody
Don't make
go
'em like
in
that
the
anymore.
shower tonight!
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah,
Schneider's
it's a good
fucking
wholesome
line.
movie until you remember at the end that these are still criminals. Well, not criminals, but still guys going back to jail afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing that at least the 74 film really, a point that it really made an effort to convey that point. Whereas the Adam Sandler one, it was just like, hey, we won a football game, yay, roll credits. Except Burt Reynolds was still reminded you afterwards that, like, yeah, they won this game against the guards, but now they're going back to jail.
Yeah, I see like all these cast
Which is
lists
just
here,
a
but
moment of happiness in an otherwise pretty miserable existence for them.
they don't have her. But Courtney Cox is in this very beginning. I remember that. Good movie. One of the better movies that had wrestlers in it. I know Adam Sandler's a huge wrestling fan, so of course, getting his hands on. I think he always has wrestlers in his movies, or Happy Gilmore, of course. But yeah, it's just a big old wrestler.
Fucking Paul White was in Little Nicky, maybe it was.
No, Big Daddy.
Was it Big Daddy? Okay.
Yeah, he played the
Captain Insano.
No. It was Little Nicky.
Captain
It was Little Nicky.
Insano
Yes, yeah.
is
Captain
Waterboy.
Insano, Little Nicky.
No, Waterboy. It's Waterboy. Yeah,
Is it Waterboy?
Yes, it's Captain Insano.
Which one? See, that's the thing about
I was
Adam
wondering,
Sandler
when I see
movies. They
you
all
in the
just blend
ring,
together.
open up a
Yeah.
big can of whoop bath, I noticed you sweat quite profusely.
It's one of those movies where he's talking with a weird voice.
Yeah. Yabadoo.
You remember there was a Saturday Night Live skit where it was like it was a Sandler family reunion, and everyone at it was like
I
was
do.
one of his characters basically.
I
Pretty
do
good.
Would they do
recall
that on SNL?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
Night Live.
I'd have to look that skit up. That looks funny. That sounds funny as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, like every like cousin. So it's like, hey, it's cousin Steve, and it was the guy acted exactly like, Opera Man or whatever, and then it was like, oh, look, it's cousin whatever, and he acted exactly like, Happy Gilmore or whatever.
Man. Hey, do you guys recall? We'll quickly go over it, just briefly skim over it. Well, Crown Jewel Perth over in Australia. I know it's long gone in the rear view, but I think if anybody who did miss it, for me, highlight match of the night: John Cena versus AJ Styles.
I'm trying to remember one match from it. Oh yes, okay,
Yeah,
yes,
Cena
Probably
versus Styles. Like,
right.
I mean, we had Bronson
Cena AJ
Reed.
Styles
Yeah, we had Bronson
was the highlight.
defeated Roman Reigns in the Australian street fight. We had Stephanie. We had
Stephanie Velcro.
defeated Tiffany Stratton for the Crown Jewel Championship. Then we had John Cena defeated AJ Styles. Io Sky Rhea Ripley defeated the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka and oh no, I didn't have the button set up. Kairi. Embarrassing. And then Seth Rollins defeated Cody Rhodes. And that didn't last very long. I mean, since Jesus Christ, to think how much has happened since then. Seth got injured. He finished the match. It sucks, but he got to the top of the mountain, I guess you could say. I mean, it would have sucked if he would have lost after all that, but and then he got removed from the Vision. He got tsunami'd and speared. He's gone. He's off of TV now. Like, he was literally our
and more
world
importantly,
champion.
he vacated the title.
Yeah, and the title's vacated, and then we had a whole situation leading up to Saturday Night Main Event. Battle Royal, and Bronson and Braun Breaker were both not allowed in the Battle Royal. You know what? I see videos, little short videos on YouTube, and I'm not buying it. I don't know if you guys are. They said the reason why they didn't have them in the Battle Royal is because they are getting cheered too much, and they were afraid they were going to get cheered over Jey Uso. Do you believe that?
I think that's a very valid reason. Yes.
Yeah, you think that they're slowly
People
turning,
audibly
like,
cheered.
We're like, I mean, Braun Breaker, I'm hooked, right? I'm a fan now. I'm a fan of Braun Breaker, and you know who opinion I really like to know about Braun Breaker is fucking Doyle, because we go back some old episodes. You weren't fond of him. I mean, like, we're 99 episodes deep. Like, how is his, like? I mean, Dirty Dom. We go back a long time. I was not a fan of Dirty Dom, but now one of the best heels in the fucking business.
Dom, I've done a 180. Dom, I absolutely adore. I still don't really. I think Braun Breaker is much improved. I like him more than I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's sometimes really funny. What was the line, like? You guys are like 100 combined or something like that. That
Oh
was
my
pretty
god,
funny.
yeah, the Steiner math, yeah, talking about how old they are.
He's always gonna remind me of every fucking asshole jock I fought with in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not gonna change. There's nothing he can do about it. It's not really his fault, I suppose. It's like
Right.
it's definitely a me issue. But yeah, I mean, he's growing on me. I'll give you that. I like him more than I used to. He's still not my favorite. I don't think he's ever going to be my favorite. And you know what? That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, and Bronson. I'm not still sold on Bronson.
I like
Reed
Bronson
yet.
Reed way better.
Yeah. I mean, like
Agreed.
he's getting there. I mean, beating Roman Reigns is definitely that's a big accomplishment. I mean, regardless of how it happened, how it went at Perth, that's still a win over Roman Reigns, and there's not many people right now who have that this year. A W over Roman.
Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, the whole point of the division was to get the bronze over, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think we're just kind of fast forwarding that,
Yeah,
which
like
is
talk
fine.
about
I think.
fast tracking this whole thing and fast tracking it even more because of Seth's injury. That's crazy.
Presumably,
I
I
mean,
mean, that still depends on. I mean, the fast track would be them putting the title on Braun Breaker, and we still don't know when they're going to actually pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, between whoever comes out of Saturday Night Main Event with the title, they could still hold on to it through the rest of the year and into 2026 and not drop it till before Mania or Rumble or something like that. So they could be fast tracking it. I think they're just kind of having to pivot their plans to a certain extent because obviously Seth is no longer the champion. So somebody's got to fill that space.
Yeah.
And one of the things I say a lot when I'm praising them, which is less and less these days, but one of the things I think they've been doing what they do well is, they make matches affect other matches, right?
Right.
Depending on who wins this is going to affect who I think is going to win this, or vice versa, or whatever. But the problem with that is when you have those pieces laid out on the board, when an injury like this comes along and just fucking knocks the whole board over. And sometimes I think it's good for the creative process for them to just be like, fuck, everything's out the window. Let's start over. And I think we were kind of going to get something like that anyway, because I think we were getting this creative shakeup regardless. And this just kind of forced the issue even more so. So I'm kind of excited to see what ends up happening here. I think there's a lot of what ifs or a lot of directions it can go here.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more interest now, oddly enough, with Seth not being the champion than there was
Right?
before. Because at least beforehand, we were probably
And
basically
I don't
looking
think we
at
would have
Seth.
got that without it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Before we were probably just like, all right, Seth's the champion, and we're just waiting to see who's gonna win it from him.
Right. Like, I'm not
And
glad Seth was injured. I know we sat upon him or whatever, but in the end of the
right.
day, creative wise, it may not be a bad thing.
No, not at all. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. This is a shakeup that, like I said, has put some interest in the world title scene that did not exist with Seth as champion.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I guess history has shown that certain injuries has catapulted other wrestlers' careers. You just have to seize the opportunities, and in a business like that, you got to take it. You got to take the ball and run with it. I'm sure, like, there's discussion in the locker room when a big name like that gets taken off the board, like when Stone Cold broke his neck and was taken off the board. Like, oh my God, that's a huge fucking character. That's a huge shoes you got to fill. Stone Cold Steve Austin, but they found a way. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm very interested in these two gentlemen's career. I would say not. Man, it's too early to say, but like Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble. It's too early to say, but damn, I could see it. I could see it. So close. So close. All right. What else do we want to talk about? You guys want to talk about anything else about Perth before I just move on? Nobody wants to Perth it up? No?
I mean, I think we all pretty much in agreement that AJ Cena is a match of the year candidate, and we'll revisit it when we do our awards.
Yeah, for sure. This is another one of these. if you haven't, this might be your first time. I mean, you got to go to ESPN Plus to find it, which is weird because when I was searching through ESPN Plus, I couldn't find it directly. But if I was going through the Disney Plus app, I could find it. So I don't know. Well, now I get it on Netflix. But yes, for those people out there paying for it, I think you should go through Disney Plus to find it. Definitely watch it. You probably find the whole match anyway on YouTube. I mean, don't even look for highlights. You gotta watch the whole match. So the way the crowd is, the way just paying homage to other wrestlers with all these moves, and it's not just Cena doing it. AJ Styles is also doing it. Also within that same weekend, we discussed that AJ Styles announced next year he's going to be retiring, and I see a snowball effect happening within the next 5 years of people I could see retiring. And if I kind of like the idea of these retirement tour ideas, but can you do 2 wrestlers retiring in the same year? Or is this something
how many retirement tours is too many retirement tours?
Exactly. That's what I mean. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The
We
idea
have 2 or 3 active ones every year for the next 5 years. I might get a little tiresome.
right.
But
everybody
on the
don't
other
need a
hand,
retire. Everybody don't need a
on the other,
retirement tour.
Yeah.
yeah. On the other hand, you got all these guys that are going to probably be aging out sooner rather than later. You know, does everybody deserve a tour? Probably not. Well, definitely not, I would say. But we may be looking at quite a few retirement matches in the next 5 years or so. Kind of weird.
Yeah. You can have people can have their final matches, or they can say that, hey, this is my thing, and you can have the build up to their finale, sure. But everybody don't need a retirement tour. Everybody ain't Cena, and plus, if everybody gets a retirement tour, then a retirement tour ain't special.
Starts meaning nothing.
True.
Yeah. How soon? When was Ric Flair's thing? Because I think redoing that might be fun. But it was somebody that deserves it, obviously. But remember his thing where if the next time he loses, he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
That might be that some of those matches on Raw on the way to WrestleMania that year were so much fun as a result of that.
Yeah, where he was fighting to keep going.
He just said the next match I lose, I'm gonna retire.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Eric Bischoff was trying to force him out of retirement. Ric Flair just kept winning matches and stuff yes, that could absolutely work for somebody.
So, I wouldn't want them to do that every year, but that was now, 15 years ago? More than that, maybe? I really think you could, don't do it exactly the same, kind of switch it up somehow, but a storyline like that might be a fun send-off for one of these guys. I don't know who.
Yeah,
but see, something like that would work as long as you don't predict, if you don't, announce it.
Right.
That has to be something that just happens with a wrestler. It can't be something where it's say hypothetically speaking, Randy Orton. He says, SummerSlam 2027 is going to be my final match, and then they try to run some storyline from Backlash to SummerSlam. We're gonna force you out early. It's we already know when his last match is. He ain't losing that shit. It takes all the suspense out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do it for a guy like that, it has to be for somebody who has not already announced their retirement.
Right.
There may be internal memos about it that internally they know, hey, this is his last date, but you can't let the fans know ahead of time.
Let me just run down here just some ages of some wrestlers on the current roster that we could see within the next 5 years retiring, and some deserve maybe a retirement tour, some deserve a retirement storyline, but I'm just gonna run down some guys and their ages. Rey Mysterio, 50 years old. Some of these guys too. They may not be with the company, but I could see them coming back and wrapping up their career here in WWE. Like Bobby Lashley, 49 years old. We do have Randy Orton at 45, The Miz at 45, AJ Styles 48, Asuka 44, Sheamus 47, R-Truth 53, Shinsuke Nakamura 45, Kofi Kingston 44, Edge 51, Chris Jericho 54 years old, Natalia 43 years old, John Cena 48. That's what I got just listed here, but I do know, like, you know, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy in their late 40s, you know, and they're still taking bumps, and the Hardy Boys contract is coming up soon, and I could see them maybe winding down and signing with WWE to finish their career. But yeah, I mean, like, within the next 5 years, guys, we could see a lot of Hall of Famers, new Hall of Famers, and a whole new class, You know,
Yeah, and part of that is why it's imperative to level up guys like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
yeah.
Although I think Bronson Reed is like 38 or 30. Like Bronson Reed's not 28 or whatever. Like, and how old's Braun Breaker's what, 26, something like that, 27.
Braun's in his
Bronson
20s,
Reed
yeah.
is 37.
Yeah. So he's not exactly a spring chicken either.
No, like, and Braun Breaker. Let's see here. He's 20. Nah, really? 28?
Yeah, Braun's in his 20s.
Jesus
He's young.
Christ.
That's
All
why
right,
that's
well-
why there's so much talk about him being the next one, because he's got that youth on his side to where he can actually, you know, if we were talking about another face of the company or something like that, he can be that in, you know, maybe 8-9 years from now or something like that, whenever Cody passes the mantle.
Yeah, and that's right, because Braun does, like, run his mouth about his age, because he's, you know, talking about LA Knight, wrestling him the other night. Like, LA Knight's 42 years old, and, you know, talking about how your time has come and gone, old man. Like, fucking brutal. Yeah. New generation. So.
But they need to find, you know, more than just Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah, man.
You know,
They need some replacements.
They need a roster, and they got some of these young talent.
Yeah.
Some of them that they aren't really using to their best, or aren't really building up in the way that they should be at this moment. Still got time, they do, but
yeah,
you know, time wasted is time that you can't get back.
Okay.
You know, they get the guys like Carmelo Hayes, who's just spinning wheels over in SmackDown. Guys like even in Austin Theory. Think about how much potential time's been wasted with him that could have been used in developing him into somebody.
Well, I mean, probably too little, too late. But the Dirt said that he was supposed to be, he was going to be involved in the Vision somehow.
Oh yeah,
before the
dude.
Rollins
How about
injury.
that?
So I don't know. So who knows? I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, maybe they did have, in fact, something for him, and now he's fucked. And if it's not true, then they never had anything for him, and he's fucked. Either way, he's fucked.
It
Yeah,
could
I
be,
didn't see that
or it could just
happening.
be something that's postponed again, just like all other storylines.
Right.
Again, like these are guys who, you know, they need to invest in and they need to build up, but it's not like they have to do it today. You know, they still have their faces of the company now. They still have Cody and Seth and Roman and Punk and all them who can still, you know, exist at the top of the card for at least the next 4 to 5 years or more. So they still have time with some of these other guys, but they do need to start at some point building these people up to compete with the top guys that are on their way out so that they can take over.
Yeah. All right, let's get into we only got 4 matches though on this card. Saturday night main event, November 1st, this weekend, day after Halloween. I will be I will be throwing a nice party. I will be hosting the pay-per-view at the same time. I'm trying to do two things at once. And also make sure my porch lights stay off for the next 3 days.
What pay-per-view you hosting?
What's that?
So what pay-per-view are you hosting?
Well, not pay-per-view, but yeah, PLE, I guess. This Saturday night main event, November 1st. I mean, there's only 4 matches,
which, if you weren't confused enough, is back on Peacock.
Yeah. Oh, is it back on Peacock? Oh yeah, I did see that.
Is on, yes, and it's not on NBC anymore.
Yeah, no,
Man.
NBC told me to dick.
If you weren't confused enough.
Oh my god.
On the but I think maybe, I don't know, but maybe they're not constrained, but maybe they don't have to be done at 10 in that case, and maybe they remember that those broadcasts were just jam packing them with commercials, just constantly commercial. I'm sure there'll be commercials, or maybe it won't. They won't be interrupting matches 4 times to give us fucking commercials.
Well,
so maybe. I mean, I think on paper this looks like the best Saturday night's main event card that they have given us in this new iteration. What is this now? The 4th or 5th, maybe. I think this looks like the best one we've gotten so far. I think they're throwing a lot of shit at the wall here, trying to, because I'm afraid they're afraid no one's going to see it going back to Peacock, and if it's not on NBC, you know what I mean. So I think there's a pretty ambitious card. I hope there's no 5th match, because I think 5th match would be too much. They've been packing these shows too much.
Right.
4 matches, let them breathe. They're all championship matches. They're all big storylines. Maybe the Jade Tiffany match isn't so big, but it's still an exciting match, I think. So I think they're going for it here. I hope.
Yeah, it's. I'm reading here that the deal that WWE has with Peacock, not only the NXT PLEs, but they still have the WWE Network library, but they have also the Saturday Night Main Event library, and SmackDown will continue to stream on Peacock, but with a 30-day delay from its live broadcast on USA Network. Holy shit. Have you guys ever wanted to watch SmackDown 30 days after it's fucking happened? Ooh, man, can't wait for that new season of SmackDown to drop. Fuck. I really wonder what the rewatch value is on some of that shit. For me,
on what?
If somebody goes back and actually, those Peacock episodes of SmackDown, does somebody actually watch SmackDown from 30 days ago?
No.
In WWE,
wrestling has never had
days.
rewatch. I would say wrestling. Raw and SmackDown, or those weekly televised shows, have never carried any rewatch value to them. Especially nowadays, where anything of substance that happens is on YouTube within 10 minutes of it occurring.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good point.
So there's zero reason to go back and rewatch it. Oh, I missed it. Let me go on YouTube and look it up. Okay, that's what happened. Cool, done.
Yeah.
The only time.
The only rewatchable value was when they'd have a best of Raw kind of DVD type of thing, and you're just seeing moments, and not watching, Naked Midian and Techno Team 2000 and all that, because some of the shit was garbage,
Yeah.
Yeah. Moments and matches have rewatch value, and you can find those anywhere. But full on episodes, hell no.
Right.
Hell, you don't even go. Nobody goes back and watches full episodes of PLEs like that, really, unless you're doing it for a very specific purpose. But
Carlos,
most of the time, it's you'll go back and watch this match from a show. Watch this match from WrestleMania, or this match from a Royal Rumble. But most people aren't just going to sit down let me pop on the 1996 Royal Rumble from start to finish and press play.
Nah, Carlos does that all the time.
Like
I said, unless you do it for a specific reason, sure, then people will go back and rewatch stuff like that. But I don't know that somebody's just randomly sitting around 1995 in your house.
Like I'll watch the '92 Rumble every now and then, but I don't watch the whole pay-per-view. I just watch the match. So yeah, you're
Exactly.
right.
Yeah, I've gone back and watched plenty of old matches and stuff. Yeah, but a
I
whole
like to
show
throw in
like
I like to throw in the Ultimate Warrior, the Legion of Doom, and the Texas Tornado versus Mr. Perfect and all three members of Demolition from Survivor Series 1990, I believe.
So that's how
It
he
was
would spend his nights.
also the year they did the Last Man Standing match at the end, and it was like Hogan, Warrior, and Tito Santana versus like 9 heels. Good shit. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Good shit.
I think the edibles are kicking in, boys.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Like, just confusing. I mean, we've been telling you, you gotta go to ESPN Plus. You know, that's how you had to watch Perth.
Yeah, now
But
back to
now,
Peacock.
after you're done, yeah, go back to Peacock. So, hopefully you didn't, like, get rid of Peacock because you still need it for NXT. Jesus Christ.
So stupid.
not yet, but it's on the chopping block.
Oh, my God. It's just ridiculous of how many apps we need, guys, like just to watch every bit of pro wrestling. The hoops we gotta jump through.
Need is a generous term.
Yeah, well,
Let's say how many apps are expected of us to watch everything. How many you actually need is debatable, depending
right, like,
on your tech savvy or your moral compass or your willingness to abide by the law.
boy, are it.
The law. The law is just like a suggestion, though.
You know what else was a suggestion? Stephanie McMahon. She gave us a wonderful suggestion.
That's right.
And I took her up on it.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Let me take some notes here, but I think, guys, it's time to refer back to the bracket. Dun dun dun. Yes. Okay. Last time we were doing the bracket, let me flip the page. We settled on Del Rio versus Eddie Guerrero over Ric Flair versus Cody Rhodes. Awesome. Cool. Next one. All right, guys. We got Shawn Michaels in his prime versus Eddie Guerrero in his prime. This match, or we have a prime heel Jake the Snake Roberts versus the Legend Killer Randy Orton. Dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you know what? Like, Jake the Snake versus Randy Orton would be a great promos back and forth. Especially if I couldn't even tell who could be the face. It'd be cool just having two nasty ass heels. And then just the in ring work alone between Eddie Guerrero and Shawn Michaels it'd be an amazing match. I just don't know how that match has never happened. How is that just the timing of these two wrestlers being on different rosters before Eddie Guerrero passed away? I think that's when Shawn Michaels was still wrestling. They kept them pretty much separate.
Yeah,
Well, when did Michaels come back?
Michaels came back in
was probably
2002.
Two or three, because he did the Elimination Chamber. I remember that. So
It was
there wasn't like a
2000
huge. The window this could have happened in wasn't huge.
Yeah, it was 2003 when Shawn came back. It was SummerSlam 2003. Because it was the same SummerSlam that it was the year of Brock Lesnar. So that's when Shawn came back, was 2003. And we lost Eddie in what, 2006?
No, 5.
5?
Yeah. On my birthday.
Okay, so yeah, so it was
November
really only a
13th.
2-year, maybe a year and a
Yeah,
half
so-
to 2-year window that they could have gone against each other. And honestly, Eddie peaked. Well, Eddie won the title that following year, 2004, at No Way Out from Brock Lesnar. And Sean at that
he
time
was peaking when he passed away, pretty much.
I mean, I say peak as far as when he became champion. Like that was like his highlight. He kind of stayed there once he was there, but that happened in 2004, and at that time Sean was on Raw because that's when they were actually still committed to the brand split.
Yeah.
So Eddie was on SmackDown, Sean was on Raw, going after the world title, and I don't think they ever found themselves on the same roster at the same time.
Right.
And there's no need to rush a match because you don't, expect someone's gonna not be there
Exactly.
anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Jake retired very, very much earlier. Before there was no there was an interaction between them, back I can't 2005.
When Jake was old.
Yeah, like 2005 or no 2000. Yeah, is it 5 or 17? But he was doing the Legend Killer gimmick, and he RKO'd Jake the Snake. But I mean, I'm thinking like prime Jake the Snake, and kayfabe. I wonder who would be more of an evil heel, Like, could we get a the Viper getting bit by a snake? I can see that happening. Him bringing his own snake to the ring and letting it out and biting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you ever see Randy Orton get RKO a snake before? But I think the promos would be really good. And what they would do to each other on building up to the match. What heelish type shit they would do, I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I guess
Not fun.
for me, for the wrestling aspect, I think I'd be really excited to see Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero. Trey, what are you thinking?
We're talking about just a match, right?
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That for me makes a big difference. If we were talking about just a single match, I would probably go Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just a one-off match. If we were talking about a feud, then I would go Randy Orton versus Jake the Snake. I think they would have a much better feud that would probably get better over time and culminate in, some hellified steel cage match where they're both just bleeding all over the mat trying to kill each other.
Right.
I definitely think those two, prime Jake the Snake, prime Morton could have the better feud. And like you said, also, the promos would be incredible. I could see Jake the Snake playing all types of mind games with a Randy Orton and just really getting in his head and fucking with him. And hell, it'd be hard to see who would even be the... Because if you think about both of them in their prime, obviously they would both probably be heels. So you're talking heel on heel and how that would work. But I still think they would have the better feud. But if we're just talking about just a one-off match, one and done, then yeah, obviously I think Shawn and Eddie would pull off the better single match, throw those two in the ring at their best and let them cook. So yeah, I'm gonna go with, for just a single match, I'm going with Shawn and Eddie.
Man, I guess that's
It pains me to do this because I love Jake, but I think we're gonna have a clean sweep here. And yeah, Dre, you pretty much summed it up exactly what I would have said. If you want a feud, I'll go with the Snake Man and the Viper. But just a match, one-on-one, in a vacuum. I mean, hard to beat HBK and Eddie Guerrero. Uh, so yeah, I think we're gonna all agree on this one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero proceed to the next
I do like the idea of Randy having his own snake, and
round.
they both kind of come down with a bag. I kind of like that idea.
Like a
But
python and a viper. Ooh.
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right? Think of the graphics they can make on the. Oh.
And that's the other thing to consider, given that they're from such two totally different eras. Like, what kind of feud would they have? Would Orton and Jake, would they have an 80s golden era type feud, or would it be a more modern type feud?
Right.
Because if it was an old school type feud, then I could see something like a Randy Orton being an apprentice or, an underling of Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake and Randy the Viper. Whatever
Mm.
other cheesy, 80s shit they would say. And then, the student turns on the teacher, which would force Jake the Snake to be the baby face and having to put, the up and comer, legend killer Viper trying to take out his teacher, the Viper, having to put him back in his place while the Viper's trying to take out the old Snake. That would really, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think as an 80s style feud, I think it would probably work better than a modern type of feud.
Yeah, and Jake has to cut a promo in that cheesy snake pit set
Yeah.
they used to have with the rocks and whatever.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. It'd be pretty cool. Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake Roberts, by the way, 70 years old. 70.
Oh, he doesn't look a day over 69.
You know what though? Like he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't even have made it to 70 if it wasn't for Diamond Dallas
DDP.
Page. Yeah, DDP Yoga.
Yeah, it is pretty remarkable that he's still here.
Yeah. He retired. He debuted in 1975 and he retired in 2018.
Jesus Christ.
Talk about another guy
That
who
is way too long.
didn't win like a WWE title, you know?
Well, back then almost nobody did that wasn't named Hulk Hogan, really.
I
Right.
know. That
I
especially
mean,
when you only had
like,
one world title.
nowadays almost everybody gets if you're around long enough, you
Yeah.
end up getting a heavyweight title run.
Nope.
But then,
You were not getting a shot unless you were the man or getting ready to lose to the man.
yeah,
Yeah, true that. Yeah, back when there was only one world title, and it felt like a real championship because there was only one of them. Cool. All right, guys. Let's talk about the 4 matches that we got. Let's start off with Dominik Mysterio. He has been running and lying and cheating and stealing and whatever it takes to hold on to this fucking Intercontinental title as long as he did. And now it's kind of caught up with him because now he has 2 people chasing him. So now we're getting a triple threat match with Penta and Rusev. Since Rusev has been back, he has taken a bunch of losses, believe it or not. I mean, as much as it seems like he's on the up and up, he has taken like 18 losses, I think, so far since he's been on the roster. But I mean, it also as many losses as he's been taking, it seems like they've been really pushing him. I don't. See, this match could go either way because Penta is so big and over right now. I'm a huge Penta fan. I became a Penta fan since he became, on WWE. So I mean, I would love to see Penta with the IC title, or giving Rusev a purpose for coming back to this fucking company. I mean, I don't think he came back to just take a bunch of losses, but something tells me, like I've seen it. I don't know if this is where it happens. I mean, it would make sense, but it seems like a lot of the Judgment Day just does not want to help him. It looks like the only person who still has any kind of interest in Dom is Roxanne Perez. Other than that, Finn Balor has been showing some resistance, and JD, and even Raquel, so I think if anybody's going to be the next person removed from the Judgment Day, Dom feels like the right man getting removed. And losing his IC title is a start, and then he could lose that other AAA title he has. But even after he loses this IC title, he still have another title. He's not completely goldless, but just how much longer can he just keep ducking these matches until a real wrestler, I should say, comes in and just gets the best of him? And what better way to get the best of him than a fucking triple threat? But I see. You know what? I think I'm gonna settle on Dom retaining. As much as I see all the his back up against the wall, it doesn't look like he has any help. I don't know, man. Triple threat. I see somebody else doing all the work, and Dom slipping in there, doing a roll up or something. So, Dre, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I see Dom coming out with the title. I mean, he may be ducking and hiding or doing whatever to remain champion, but that's part of the interest and part of what's compelling about his reign is how he finds different ways to keep the title and to remain champion. I think, as I said before, he's pretty much channeling Eddie Guerrero and his actions now, and he's making it work for himself. A lot of times when wrestlers try to do something else, they're just seen as being a cheap copy or, a knockoff where people immediately call them out for, like, oh, you're just ripping off so-and-so. Dom is very clearly doing the Eddie Guerrero thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not a complete carbon copy, but he's doing it and making it work for himself.
Yeah.
And if he continues, and eventually, just like how people initially didn't like when Eddie did it, but eventually he won them over and people started to, cheer him and celebrate and laugh and enjoy it. The same thing could hold true for Dom at some point. It may take a little bit longer, but at some point he may be able to start to get over on that stuff. Let's not forget, people popped huge as fuck when he won that IC title. He got a massive pop when he won it. So there's definitely a contingent of fans that are pro Dom, and I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's where the interest is at. That's where the energy is at. It's in Dom remaining champion. Penta, he's good. He's over. He's popular. He ain't IC champion. He ain't at that status yet in my eyes. And Rusev, no. Just no. I still would like to see Dom. Well, they've kind of spoiled it already because they've done Dom versus Rusev one-on-ones already. And Dom has done the cheating route to stay champion. But I really still would like to see Dom just face him and win clean without cheating. But that's not where the character's at right now. So, but either way, Dom's walking out, still champion, still Dirty Dom Dos belts.
Doyle, do you agree with us?
I sure do. I don't think they can keep. They got a Dom. It's a good problem, but they got a Dom problem, and that is he's way too over. Like they're not going to be able to keep him as a heel any longer. I don't think. I think they have to turn him face. I don't think he has to change much. I think he can pretty much still do the same shit. I think Dre's had, Eddie did the same shit and got cured. He did lie, cheat, and steal as a baby face, and he got it over. Right, so I think Dom can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what that means for Judgment Day. And I don't know what that means for Liv coming back. Like, is Liv a babyface when she comes back? I mean, you usually are when you come back from injury, right? Um, you know, how does not Raquel, how does Roxanne fit in with that? It seems like he hasn't. We haven't seen Dom coming out of back rooms with Roxanne like we did with Liv, back in the day. So they're not dropping those hints. So maybe he has, in fact, not strayed from Liv or whatever. Maybe they both turn babyface and Liv comes back. I don't know. But I think there's no way in hell Dos Belts isn't walking into his hometown, San Diego, with both of those championships still. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know what they're going to do with him there, but I bet you he leaves with him too. Um, but yeah, if he doesn't turn face on Saturday night, I think he probably will at Survivor Series, or if not then, very soon, because I don't think there's any. He was backstage, when he was asking for help, and the crowd was going dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, just while he was backstage. So this kid is fucking over his shit. I think he's hilarious. I really like him. I think it's a great breath of fresh air to move him up the card. I think that's what we're doing here. Yeah, so I think we all agree. I think Dom takes it.
Dirty,
I know
dirty
Dom
man.
just defended the AAA Mega Crown against, what was it, Dragon Lee at a
That sounds like it might be right.
yeah, I think he just did like last weekend or something like that at AAA's latest pay-per-view, which I didn't even know was occurring because no promotion for it. I just happened to hear about it at the last minute. I might have to look that up and try to find it, because I wonder if Dom was over, if he still is over as fuck with the AAA crowd as he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just curious about
I
that.
bet he
I know
was.
Yeah,
I think
compared
he- I
to,
think he is.
El Hijo del Vikingo, he was way over compared to
Right.
him. But
Yeah. Well, he
compared
finally
to
did
Dragon,
actually turn heel, I think.
Vikingo did?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder how he was with Dragon Lee, though. I'm just curious. I'm going to have to look that up.
Dirty, dirty Dom. I also heard today that they said Liv could be ready to wrestle again as soon as the Rumble. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when she comes back, she's got to be a baby face, right?
Yeah,
I
sure.
would guess so, because clearly Roxanne and Raquel are heels, and they're working as heels. I could see Liv coming back, getting back up with Dom, be mostly inward focused on Judgment Day affairs, and we could see a splinter. We could definitely see a splinter there. Maybe where Liv, Dom, and maybe a Finn Balor or JD or something go one way, and Raquel and Roxanne go a different route. I don't know. There's something there, but I could see, for as long as the run as Judgment Day has had, I think we may have probably predicted this in the past just to be proven wrong, but I do think
Are
2026.
you going to predict Judgment Day is going to be over?
I think 2026
Don't
is
say
the
it.
year. I
Don't
think in
say it.
2020. I'm saying it.
It's
I think
just like,
2026 is the year that they finally split.
I don't know. It seems like the modern day like Bullet Club, like WWE's Bullet Club. I mean, we just replacing members until it's like a whole new, just group of people. I mean, Rhea, Dom is next. Damien Priest, Edge, they're long gone.
Edge? Yeah.
Edge.
Well, yeah, well, Edge was the first one out. Yeah, then Priest. But they're the only two guys that have been kicked out. I mean, Carlito got fired.
Oh yeah, and Carlito, but still, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, there has been members. It's just like the Bullet
The
Club
women
or
have
the
had
NWO. It's like
Yeah.
the original members are just about gone. So
The original members are gone.
they are gone. Yeah, pretty much. They are gone.
Yeah.
Edge, Damian, and Rhea were the
Dude.
original three.
God, do you guys remember this is like so long ago. Oh my god. Like Tom joining
Like the closest original
Judgment
guy
Day?
that's still there is Finn Balor.
Yeah, and
So I think
him,
Finn was the fourth person to join, right?
Yes, because Dom was after that. Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. I love it. I mean,
But this kid is
crowd,
he's so over. Like,
you know, the crowd has found a way to use that same style of chant for almost every other wrestler. But I'm okay with it. It's something. So let's move on to the next match, shall we? Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time versus a returning from a big fucking gash in the face, Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. What I did
you guys see the video of Jade getting her makeup done for her appearance on
did not see that.
SmackDown?
I
Well,
think I did. She posted it on our IG, right?
Yes. And I hate that they revealed that the scar it was
Makeup.
like, I mean, is enhanced. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, she still has a scar, but it's not nearly as. I mean, it looks cool. It actually really helps her character, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so disappointed to find out that was makeup and not real.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of figured it was makeup when I saw it live and just saw how red it was. Because I'm like, a scar wouldn't naturally be that red unless it's still an open
I
wound.
should have known. I should have
That
known.
was
like,
kind of a bit of a giveaway, but
They
I
got me.
agree with you though. Yeah, but I agree with you though. They did do an excellent job of enhancing it and highlighting it, and that could be
it worked for her.
permanent. It definitely works for her. That should probably be a permanent part of her look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they you see Damian Priest after he got that burn on his face and he came out on SmackDown and he had the
Oh, yeah.
it was just makeup because I saw it fucking smear. Funny. Yeah, I saw Jade turned heel this week. Attack Tiffany Stratton. Finally. Honestly, my opinion is that's what she should have been a long time ago. I think back when they had Naomi and Bianca together, I think she should have been the one to turn heel first. But no, we decided to have her, run up against Tiffany twice already and lose. And as much as I like Tiffany Stratton, she did take the L at the last PLE, and honestly, she's probably gonna. I think this is it. She's gonna have to take this one because you're really building Jade up, coming back now heel to lose again? I don't get it. SummerSlam, you had her lose, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna run it back, but this time now she's a heel. So, it's just math ain't mathin', I just can't see why they just won't, just pull the cord and just do it with her. I mean, I think she'd be a fantastic heel champion. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Where does Tiffy go from here? I don't know. Maybe another rematch and fails, and she's gonna fall kind of down. Maybe go for an IC title or the United States title. But yeah, I think Tiffy time's up. Dre.
They better good and goddamn well win this fucking Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've been playing around with her, because she should have. I still say she should have won at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Because she beat the dog shit out of freaking Tiffy throughout that whole match, and then Tiffy gets a 3-move comeback and wins, which was some bullshit. At least in the other rematches, they've ended in no contest. I think they had one other rematch that ended in no contest because Nia Jax got involved out of fucking nowhere.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you know they ain't done the Tiffany Nia Jax thing. They ain't beat that horse dead enough yet.
Right.
So yeah, they've really been playing around with Nia Jax. I mean, not Nia, with Jade in this title. So, but if the end result is we finally get Jade as a heel and she wins, then I'm okay. I do think she needs to win in dominant fashion though, because she has lost a little bit of her edge and taking these repeated L's. And even if she did come back and beat the snot out of Tiffy this past Friday, they need to stay on that level. And Jade needs to win convincingly and dominant. She can't sit there and dominate Tiffy at SummerSlam, dominate Tiffy in the rematch, and then she turns heel and now she struggles to win. Now, if she's going to be a champion and be presumably hold on to this belt for a good while, it needs to start here with a convincing, dominant win over Tiffany Stratton. I wish they would have done this with Tiffy at 100% instead of having to nerf her with this knee injury or whatever that stemmed from the beatdown. I feel like Tiffy don't really need to be protected like that. She can just lose the title, and if she drops down the card a little bit, that's not the worst thing to happen to her. I get it. She's popular with the fans, popular with the guys, but it's okay. She can obviously perform in the ring, but she still needs a little bit more polish. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing or as an insult. Like, she kind of got fast-tracked to the top because of her popularity and her in-ring ability. She could use still a little bit more polish in terms of defining her character. And when her character is a little bit more well-defined, then she'll be ready to be back at the top. But for now, yep, Tiffy time needs to come to an end. And it needs to come to an abrupt end.
Now it's your time. Is it Tiffy
Well,
time?
yeah, we all agree again. Yeah, Tiffy time is up, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, pretty much what Dre said, but you know, this is Tiffy's first title reign. Oh, by the way, I think tomorrow, as we're recording this on Wednesday, I think Thursday the 30th will be her 300th day as champion. So this has been a long title run for her. I believe it's the third longest in like modern history. Now I'm struggling to remember who was ahead of her. Bianca's one of them.
Bianca and
Boom.
Bailey?
I can't remember. I knew, whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this has been a really long run. And guess what? She's going to have a lot more. And yeah, she's still, I mean, in as much as Jade is green as grass, so is Tiffany, right? So yeah, it's not the end of the world if she's not heavyweight, or I shouldn't say heavyweight for the ladies, should I? If she's not champion, you know, yeah, she's going to be fine, you know. Uh, and yeah, she's still as great as she is. She does have a lot of room to improve still. She isn't even close to her peak yet. Uh, talking about peaks before, she's not even there yet. So she's got nowhere to go but up. And yeah, if Jade doesn't win the title here, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
um, so it's just, there's really no other choice. Uh, yeah, and I thought, I think she was a heel for most of her time in AEW, and I think she was a much better heel than she was a babyface. And yeah, I mean, that scar looks great. You know what I mean? It really transforms that look, just gives it a little, little je ne sais quoi. But
No,
yeah,
Bianca and
I think
Becky.
it's Jade's time. But that,
I would say it's Bianca and Becky. Bianca's reign was 420 days, and Becky Lynch's had a reign of 399 days.
there you go. Oh, speaking, the only way I could see Tiffany retaining is if Bianca returns and costs Jade somehow. Uh, but how you can't do that in every match,
No.
and I
And
have a
there's
feeling we're going to get some of that later.
yeah, and
So
there's
I'm
no
just going to go
reason
with
for
yeah.
and there's no reason for Bianca to return and cost Jade the title.
Right.
Right, it doesn't really make sense.
Especially given that Jade's a heel now.
So, so yeah, I think we're gonna all go with Jade.
All right, fellas. My God, I can't believe we're already halfway through this.
Oof, it's flying.
Jeez. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed WWE Championship. There was a number one contenders match for it. It was Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, and I guess Jacob actually had some real life dental work that needed to be done, but they decided to fuck it. We're gonna write it into the story, and he got jumped backstage, and he had his teeth all over the place. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, then they had Drew and Cody duke it out that night, and Cody was in his suit, and he's trying to give Drew the match right then and there. And then this week I saw Drew versus Jimmy in a street fight. That was pretty good. You know what? It sucks because Drew just seems like he just gets so close, and then since he's been a heel, he's only held the title once, and he held it for 5 minutes. I like to see heel Drew as a champion, and it's funny because I think Cody and Drew discussed it together, and Cody would like to see Drew as heel champion even, and we didn't get it. I don't think we're gonna get it again. Cody might just hold on to this fucking thing until WrestleMania. I swear to God, I don't want it to happen, but it seems like that's where we're heading. Super Cody, ever since he got it back from Cena this year. Super Cody. That's what I think we're getting. But damn, I Drew gets so close, and I think he'd just be an awesome fucking heel champion. I'm content writing Cody Rhodes off of TV for a hot minute. Go do some Street Fighter or something else. If there, I doubt there'll be any interference in this. If there is, it's gonna be from Jimmy, but I doubt it. I feel like this is gonna be a straight up match. So, unless you guys think otherwise. Dre, what do you think?
Again, I know everybody and their mama wants to see Drew as champion, but it ain't happening Saturday. Again, Cody just got the title back. They're not taking it off him that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, Drew's not going to win. It's just going to be a match. This is just going to be in the same vein of other Saturday night main events where they just play it safe. It's going to be a one-on-one match. It's not going to be a terrible match, but I don't expect anything, crazy or over the top to happen. I think it's just going to be your standard 1v1 title match that Cody's going to come out on top in.
Okay. All right, Doyle, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I mean everybody's rooting for Drew, I think. And a bold move would certainly be to put the title on Drew here. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it either. I wish they would, but I don't think they're gonna. However, I guess I could see this ending in a DQ or something like that. I could see Drew winning by DQ or whatever, and so that way nobody. I kind of don't want Drew to get pinned or submitted. So I wouldn't mind seeing a DQ actually, or something like that, and this feud can continue to progress. I don't know if is who tried to take out Jacob Fatu going to be an ongoing thing, or is this going to be the kind of thing we don't hear about again until he comes back? Like, we just talked about Jade, just like the who pushed Jade thing, where we heard about it for a couple of weeks and went nothing until the moment she came back, right? So that's kind of where does that play into all of this? Yeah, I don't see Jimmy getting involved in this. I think Jimmy might be busy elsewhere. Um, yeah, I hope no one else gets involved in this, but maybe a DQ. But yeah, I don't think Drew's going to win the title.
Well, there you have it, folks. Clean sweep again. A lot of these matches seem pretty predictable so far.
Which means they probably won't be.
Yeah, they probably won't be.
Well, predictable in the sense that of what should probably happen.
Yeah, what should happen. I agree.
Well, I have a feeling if we all may have a wildly differing opinions of what's going to happen in the this last match. So
Right,
let's see what happens here. I think there's a lot of different directions this could go.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's move on to what I think is the main event. Jey Uso versus CM Punk for the vacated World Heavyweight Championship. Now we know Jey won the title earlier this year, and then he lost it. He won the Rumble, he won the title. He only held on to it for 2 months, I believe, and then that was it. But also, like Drew, CM Punk held the title this year for a very short amount of time. Not long at all. Before Seth was able to cash in. So, we got two guys on this card who kind of got screwed out of their last world title runs, being very short, and both of them got cashed in on, which kind of sucks too. But I also I think Jay's popularity is over just for the entrance. That's it. Because on YouTube you could see for yourself the most disliked videos of Jay's are him winning the title. Disliked videos. Yeah, I mean, on YouTube, it's rough when your videos are disliked. His victory becoming world champion at WrestleMania 41. Yeah, and his quick win against Austin Theory and his win in the Raw Battle Royal, these have received a large number of dislikes. Yeah, that's rough. I'm assuming his merch sales are still good, but he's been hinting towards a heel turn. I don't think that's really gonna matter all that much in this match. I think, given the age and the time and the moment and the popularity and the situation, at the end of the day, I 4 letters, 1 word, CM Punk. It's Punk. I think they're going to give it to Punk this time.
That's 6 letters.
Yeah, I know. Punk. But I think that's who they're going to give it to, and I think they're pretty confident with their decision. I think we're not done with Jay in this heel turn, but I don't think it's going to be... I think he's just going to keep chasing that world title. But, will people still yeet if he's a heel? Does it work even if he's a heel? I don't know. I really don't know. But, yeah, it's Punk for me, man. Dre, what are you thinking? How about ya?
Well, one, if Jay turns heel, then the Yeet has the and then it does not work. That's part of the thing that's probably holding them back from it, because he's got the most over entrance in all of WWE right now, probably, with everybody yeeting. And so if they're going to get rid of that, if they're going to turn him heel, his entrance has to change, which means we have to deal with another potential shitty ass Death Rebel theme for Jey as a heel. That sure nobody wants that.
No, indeed.
So there's that as far as any prospect of him turning heel. Also, fuck them goddamn fans and downvoting all his videos and shit. The only reason why that happens is because they have chosen Jey for things at times when fans wanted somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
The people are voting or have been dunking on his shit because they, as much as people like Jey and want to yeet with Jey and all that stuff, they don't want to see him there yet. Like when he won the Royal Rumble, it got downvoted. Why? Because everybody wanted either Punk or Cena to do it. We want Punk to have his moment. We want Punk in WrestleMania. We want Punk to main event. Or they wanted to see Cena do it because he's in his retirement tour. And they said, nope, we're going with Jey. That's why everybody threw a hissy fit and bitched about it and downvoted the video. Same thing here with this Battle Royal. Who did everybody want to see win it? LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
We want LA Knight. We want LA Knight. Nope, you're getting Jey Uso. Boo, fuck this shit. And they downvoted. Shut up. Fuck them fans. They be all right. Get over it. Quite frankly, I've said it before. LA Knight is just nothing against him. Yes, he's over. He's popular. You know, I know we were talking earlier this year. We thought LA Knight had peaked, had plateaued, but he somehow managed to get his momentum back. Props to him for that. But over these last few weeks, months plus, that we've been in this whole three-way battle for the world title between LA Knight, CM Punk, and Jey Uso, LA Knight is the one who has no story. CM Punk clearly has his story with Seth Rollins and their ongoing blood feud. So he had, you know, a storyline reason for being in the picture. Jey has the story of former champion, lost it, trying to get the title back, trying to find his way to get that back into being champion. What he's been doing doesn't seem to be working, so he's having a crisis of character. You know, does he go the heel route? Does he be more Roman-like? Something. But he has a storyline going on with his pursuit of the title. LA Knight's just a motherfucker that just wants to be champion. That's it. He's just like, I want to be champ. And I'm popular as hell. Literally the only reason he's in the title picture. Mm-hmm. He has no storyline, no character story. The only thing he really has, you could say, is probably the people. But guess who else has the people? CM Punk. Guess who else has the people, according to what we see in the arena every night that they're there? Jey Uso. So what does LA Knight have that sets him apart from the others to be in the title picture? The IWC, I guess, since apparently that's, you know, the IWC's choice for champion was that, and it'll come with time, but not right now. So they didn't get what they wanted. That's why they dunking all over him winning. But creatively, there's no reason for him to be in this match. They made the right choice in going with CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Because right now, either one of them could walk out as champion. It's a true 50-50. CM Punk could win clean. CM Punk could do some heel shit to win. Jey Uso could win clean. Jey could do some heel shit to win. You could go any route and to have this outcome and to get to the finish of this match. And as long as it's executed right, it would seem to be a valid outcome. That's what makes this match the most compelling, makes it the best option. I'm going to go with Jey Uso winning, just because I think... No, let me reconsider that. I was going to say I was thinking that Jey might turn heel and win, but I don't think they're going to pull that trigger. I don't think they're going to do that. And I don't know how much longer they're going to hold back, on Punk being champion as well. And then whichever one of these two becomes champion is almost certainly going to drop it to Braun Breaker probably at some point. And I think if we're projecting, if we're looking forward beyond that, what is the more compelling storyline there, or makes for the bigger moment for Braun there? I think it would probably be Braun Breaker defeating CM Punk to become champion rather than him defeating Jey. Because I think a Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso world title match would seem very lopsided in Braun Breaker's favor. And with the IWC's disdain, it would almost damn near put Braun Breaker as the face in that match, even though he's supposed to very obviously be the heel. And I'm pretty sure they want to preserve Braun Breaker as a heel for as long as they can. And the easiest way to do that is to put him up against Punk. So I'm going to say Punk probably walks out as champion.
Cool. All right.
I thought I was going to have to break a tie there for a second.
Yeah, Doyle, what are you thinking?
Nah. I would say if Jey wins the title, I think Jey probably wins it turning heel. But I don't think they're going to do that. Not yet.
Here's why I don't think Phil's going to win. And that's because I think when he does finally win, I think it needs to be a bigger moment than Saturday night's main event. I think it needs to be a stadium. Doesn't necessarily have to be Mania, but it needs to be SummerSlam or, the Rumble, something like that. And I don't think this is big enough stage for them to do that. I think there's much more money in the chase with Punk than Punk actually being champion. I'm not going to predict this, but what I hope they do is we talked about him, getting a little longer in the tooth. And so let's say he only is going to do this for 3 or 4 more years. I kind of hope they don't give him the title until close to the end, and this is just his whole story for the rest of his career is him just almost getting there, and then not getting there, over and over and over. So I don't think he's going to win because I think there's more money in the chase for him, and I don't think this is a big enough moment. I don't think anyone is going to win this match. I think Saturday night's main event is going to end without a definitive world heavyweight champion. I think the vacant will still be the champion at the end of the night. I think the Bronze are 100,000% going to get involved in this match. And if not them directly getting the match thrown out, all the other mishigas that ends up happening when Jimmy gets involved. See, this is where I think Jimmy gets involved in this show, and whoever the fuck else. So I think this match is going to end up getting thrown out, and we're going to have to find something else to do to determine a new champion. Tons of fun possibilities there. I don't know. Maybe you do. If they could do like a 8-man kind of like singles war games match, where like everybody goes in one by one and nobody can win until everybody's in there and somebody's going to pin somebody else in there, or something like that. That would be fun.
War Games is like right around the corner too.
Yeah. Or maybe they do some kind of thing where like, I don't know, they make Phil and Jey get a team, and whoever's team wins, they have a 4-way match, and the winner of that wins the title. So there's like incentive to get, somebody wants Brock on their team, even though they're gonna have to face him at some point. But to get the chance to win the belt, you might have some strange bedfellows. That might be fun. You can do all kinds of stuff, with a vacated title. So I think they're going to keep it vacated here, and neither of them are going to win this match. 100% certainty that Rollins get involved. and fuck it up.
All right, well there you have it. Gonna get involved and fuck shit up. All right. Yeah. I guess this is just normal start time, huh?
God damn it! I was muted that whole time.
We're at Salt Lake City, Utah, at the Delta Center. Man, Dre, you probably were having so much shit to say.
No, only thing I was saying was that is some very inspired booking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hadn't even considered the possibility that of there being no winner, and that kind of solves all of the problems. You know, you don't piss off one fan base or the other. You don't have to, make the decision of possibly turning one heel or the other. You don't have to figure out if you are going
You don't
to
have to
put
force the belt onto Jey.
You don't have to force it onto Jey against the IWC, or you don't have to set one of these guys up to have to drop the title to Braun, because you could find a way to get Braun in a match, in a multi-man match where he comes out as the champion and protecting the others. That actually solves a lot of problems if they somehow walk out with no definitive winner. And it also potentially solves your War Games problem. Maybe not having I don't know if you could find some creative way to make the War Games match itself for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, maybe I don't know. I don't know how you get there.
Yeah, I don't know how you get there, because War Games has usually been teams matches. But if you could somehow
maybe
just
maybe the team that wins, then has a four-way right then and there inside the cage, and whoever wins that is the new champion.
that'd be a hell of a damn gauntlet. But that would make for some strange bedfellows. The only problem with
Yeah,
that
that's what I
is that
mean.
the only problem with that is
And
that you'd have to
that's how you get
find.
Phil and Roman on the same team again.
Yeah, I would say that's the thing. Like, you have to find enough people to
People
get
want
in the
to be on a
match.
team that's going to win because you want a chance at the title.
Yeah, but you're also now inserting a lot of newer people into the world title picture that haven't been in there. I think that's the only issue that I can think of in terms of a War Games team match setup. Because, like I said, you have to then find a whole lot of rambling or maneuvering to get teams together. And while it is very compelling, if you think about the world title picture right now, there's really 4 people in it.
Right.
Jey, Punk, LA Knight, Braun Breaker. There's those 4. If you're going to do a War Games match, you'll probably have to find at least 4 more people. So how do you get those 4 people?
Brock, maybe Cena.
Yeah, there are names you can pull, but how do you get them in there without it feeling forced?
Mm-hmm.
Without it feeling like, oh, title's vacant? Here I come out of nowhere. Just, oh, that thing's vacant. I'm in here now. I'm also in here now. And especially that, if you throw that many big names in it, potentially, then you're it could get
but
a
they do
little
that kind
bit
of shit all the
convoluted.
time.
Yeah, but I still come from the school of trying to make some shit make sense without being overly forced. I mean, yes, they could just go the route of the title's up for grabs and here's this team, and boom, John Cena's music hit. Next week, boom, Roman's music hits. And or Jey and Jimmy are like, hey, we're on a team together because we're brothers, so we need somebody else. So then you end up with a bloodline team, which again, that wouldn't make sense from a team standpoint unless you have Jimmy, Jey, Roman, and a fourth of Cena versus LA Knight, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and LA Knight, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
That seems kind of it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense as far as the team building standpoint. And then it would almost seem pretty obvious that the non-bloodline team is going to win, because you're not really gonna have Jimmy versus Jay versus Roman versus somebody else in a fatal 4-way for the world title, because that's where it gets a little convoluted. Is trying to make the teams in a way that makes sense. But if you can find a way to just make it a 1-on-1 whatever, type of War Games match where they draw for their positioning, as opposed to, trying to draw straws to see what team gets the advantage. Instead, you're almost doing it pseudo Rumble style, where you're drawing in the advantages who gets to come out last, because then you're the freshest person while the rest of them have been in there beating the crap out of each other, where, it's a 1-on-1, and then it turns into a triple threat, then it turns into the fatal 4-way, then it turns into a fanatic 5-way, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, War Games. That could be very compelling. Although, how do that could be a very compelling match. And and it's just for the World Heavyweight Championship. That solves your War Games problem, because right now there's still no War Games match. That solves that.
Right.
Makes it interesting. I almost kind of want that to happen now instead of just an actual winner, because that's the more compelling storyline, the more interesting storyline.
I could think of one person who would interfere in this match that has beef with both of these guys.
I can think of 3 motherfuckers that interfere in this match.
I know,
Yeah, at least.
Think who's the guy who's been out for a while who lost that world title to a specific person in this match who was defeated, both Gunther has beef with both these fucking guys. Both these guys beat him for his title. Happen again.
Yes.
Happen again.
And that's a valid.
That's somebody you could certainly put into that match. Yeah.
And then you could insert him into the War Games match, and that gets you up to 6 people potentially.
Yep. So there's somebody right there who has fucking beef with both of those guys, and a good reason too. Who knows? And we might just have a pretty damn good solid match and just get one winner, and that's it. I think if they're gonna add any matches, I could see them adding Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the women's IC title. I could see the Wyatt Six putting their titles on the line against the MFGs. Is that what they're called?
MFTs.
MFTs.
Well, the Becky Maxine thing's not going to happen because Adam Pearce said that she can have her match whenever she wants it, and Maxine said she's got to get with her trainer or some
friend.
help. Yeah, phone a friend basically before then. So that could be either my theory of a returning AJ Lee or Doyle's theory of MMA Natty. So that won't be
whoever it is. I could definitely see Maxine Dupree winning this and taking the title off of Becky.
Yeah,
I don't think that's crazy.
No. If
a year ago, I would have said that's crazy.
Yeah, if you want the shocking, surprising, feel good, moment for somebody, even if she doesn't hold it for long, that moment itself would still work. And then obviously Becky Lynch just going ballistic over losing the title would be golden.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah. And she can go do whatever she wants because she's Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Obviously, she's going to want the title back, but, if it's an AJ that costs her, then obviously she's got to deal with AJ.
Yeah.
That sets that feud, starts that feud right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I got nothing else, guys. The next episode is our 100th episode, and that's the fucking main event post show. So we'll pepper in some other stuff. Why not? As long as it stays 4 fucking matches. but we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I bet you they're not going to have to cut it off right at 10.
Yeah,
So maybe
you're
there's
right,
a little
dude.
more. And you know what? I hate when, like, you're watching a match and you know that there's 2 minutes left. So you know that I just like not knowing when you're right up against the clock. It just kind of takes a little bit of it away.
Well, four matches is also easier to fit within 2 hours, especially if you're not.
Yeah.
If you don't have to deal with commercial breaks or anything like that, given that it's on Peacock.
I'm sure there's going to be commercials. But
Well, commercial
I don't
breaks
think it'll be
during the matches. If you can do it,
hopefully.
fit them all in between matches.
Yeah. And they got to have something ready to go, ready to cut to when Jesse Ventura says something inappropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Pepsi commercial. Let's go.
All right. A world title match with no finish. What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to add anything else? Anything at all?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm good.
No. Only thing, just the same plugs as always. Instagram.com/PCW podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check us out on Twitter, the Facebook page.
Yep.
Got a few new listeners because I had some people ask me how do I get to your podcast? I'm like, Jesus, where do you get your music? Because wherever it is, that's where you can get it. That's how easy it is. So,
Pretty much.
It's awesome.
Just search Podcast Championship Wrestling. It will come up.
Yeah, it will come up. We are everywhere. It's awesome. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm tired, Dre. I'm ready to go to bed, bro. I'm done. I'm out. I'm ready to wrap this shit up. 99 episodes long. I'm done. I'm just tired. That's what it feels like. I think it's appropriate us being tired for this episode because that's what it feels like after 99 long fucking episodes. It's exhausting how much wrestling we took in, the three of us, within 99 episodes. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot. Oh my God. I can never get that time back. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, go Pat.
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up, and we want the smoke.
You're next! Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day!
Cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome! Those rotten bastards!
Bye-bye, bitch.